Back to in the shop. We're in the shop. That's in the shop with Mike and Chris. So I went ahead and I mocked this up with the new bracket from IH Parts America. Just be a thing of beauty. I don't know what happened to the other one that I modified. I've been thinking about where I went wrong. Something went wrong. Anyways, so that one's on there. The master cylinder, the master cylinder no longer has a gangster lean. It looks like I'm gonna have to remake one of the brake lines because this one goes down, back, around. So I'll ditch that. I got a whole coil of line back there. Make a new line there, and I'll make a new line here to make them look a little pretty. So I got this shifter from JB something, JB Fab, something Fab, JB Custom Fab. So it's got the 48, and they talk about installing it to where the cable comes, this way goes this forward, to where the cable, like this, to where the cable goes forward. But I think I'm going to try to install it like this on the driver's side. Whether that's going to work or not, I have no idea. It appears to me I got the wrong bracket. I think that bracket needs to be bent the other way. We had a showstopper, but I went ahead and got her tigged up. I guess this is some kind of stainless. I used stainless filler. I missed a spot right there. I used a stainless filler. It looks good. And now I'm fitting this thing in that X right there. That's where the hole's gonna be drilled. So that cable thing's gonna sit in there this way. Kind of sucks because too high is gonna be all the way back. Before it was all the way forward, which I liked because, that's where it sits most of the time. But anyways, that's beside the point. What I'm doing now is I'm going to try to button this thing down really nice and tight. So I'm doing the installation of this thing here. It's like a floating nut plate. So I'm fitting those in right now. Gonna make this thing button down really nice. It had some screws in it before, and it was kind of in there. I mean, yeah, the carpet holds it down, gravity holds it down, and all that good stuff. But here's my list. International project, finish a tunnel modification, plus transfer case shifter. Then I need to go to finish the drop on the steering box. So the steering box is dropped probably about, like I said, about 3 or 4 inches to fit the radiator closer to the engine, because otherwise it was sitting way up there, and you'd have to go with the super narrow radiator. So I dropped it, which is going to work really good because look at this angle. That angle there is almost flat, which is good. So it still needs to go. I just picked up the hole that was there. I'm going to move it forward probably about 1.5 inches, because you can see this is too tight now, but I'm going to get a new shaft too. That's coming. Still got to put oil in it because the engine needs oil. Man, the best thing I did is this stupid thing here, because I could really, with all the stuff I'm doing, I could end up not putting oil in that sumbitch. But now that's going to keep me from doing it. So there's my list, and we trudge on with the floor. We're going to get it buttoned down really nice. I'm going to fit that transfer case shift. Okay, that's a good thing this is going to be under the carpet. Looks like Franken panel. So I'm just filling in the gaps. Got some sheet metal left over from the roof project. I'm going to start with this side though. Got to straighten this piece here out a little bit, that one right there. And then just basically fill in the gaps, and this is just basically putting this thing in to where I did that and lined up that hole. That hole wasn't lined up before. Getting this thing to where it'll bolt in. Probably should have done this before I started putting the nut clips in, because I got a feeling they might need to be adjusted a little bit. But this is where we're at. We're almost halfway done. Once we get this, we'll be halfway done. Alrighty then. So I've got this thing all set up about the way it's going to be. It may scoot over a little bit. Get that in the middle, but I'm going to go put it on the lift. Looks like that panel fits pretty good. It might be hitting something in the back, but you know what? I'll get it up on the lift and take a look. That's about where it's going to sit. I might just go ahead and put like a hose. That way I can lift it up 1/4 of an inch. Put a hose between, you know, the body and the panel. That's her right there. My plan is I'm gonna try to build a little console, maybe about here, and then I can put marks on there where, you know what, because I'm pretty sure this is all the way back is gonna be too high, and then all the way forward will be 4 low. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. Here we are again. Or here we are, whatever. We're here. So basically what I got going right now is I'm dropping the steering box. That's the steering box right there. It's coming down. Basically, I got 1 hole drilled. It was mounted in these 2 holes were the upper 2 holes, these 2 here. So I dropped it to here. I'm gonna have to also locate a hole right, I think it's right in here somewhere for the adjuster. Not that I'm gonna adjust it, but so these 2 holes are gonna be hung down here in the wind, but they're not gonna be in the wind. Right there's the mark for the other hole that I need to drill to match this hole that I already drilled. Now, what I'm gonna do for the bottom of that, because the bottom of that is gonna be hanging in the wind. We don't want it hanging in the wind. I got this sucker here. This is a Mike McManaman production. He gave me this big old thick ass thing. So I'm gonna basically, I'll MIG it on there. I might stick it. I got my stick welder too. I don't know, MIG or stick, one of the two. So this is gonna get cut like this. That's the face. There's gonna be 2 holes in here. That's the shape of the bracket. That's the shape of the bracket that's already in there. So it's gonna kind of mimic that. It's gonna hang out about a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch or so. And then this is the frame at the bottom. So this needs to be trimmed down again. I think I'm gonna bust out my plasma cutter to cut that. But I'm not doing that today. I'm still getting it rigged in. And this is so my radiator, because I moved this engine back, it was all the way, probably about right here is where it was. So I moved it back about that much, how much ever that is, 5 inches, 4 inches, whatever. So now I'm gonna, the radiator's gonna be moved way back up against the motor. No fan. I got electric fans. We're all going high tech. Electric fans for the wind. Trying to pick away at the disaster area that is my shop. Today I'm gonna see if I can drag this down to at least the tranny, the torque converter, flywheel, flex plate, motorcycle lift, bag of insulation, the lift, and I might even take my transmission hoist there down too, just to get it out of the way, because I got some room at my other shop. Drag it down there today, maybe. But today's big plan and big thing is I've went ahead and I've dropped my my box, my power steering box. As you can see here, I made the bracket, welded it to the frame. So now it's dropped. So my plan is to go ahead and get this thing rigged up. I've got the steering shaft coming next week. Some parts in the mail. That's the adapter kit for my Hydro Boost to my pedal. Like I said, I got the bracket for the steering box is installed. Transmission and the transfer case are rigged. I still got a drill for the clutch master. We're pretty much done with our tunnel mods and our transfer case shifter. And we're pretty much done. Oh my gosh, we're pretty much done with that. Now we're actually gonna move on to this guy right here. That's where we're at right now. You can see the steering box has been drop-etted, and I kind of got the hoses going. So this one here is the return. That guy there is the return. It comes down, it tees on the return from the pump. Then the pressure from the pump comes off the back of the pump and goes in to this fitting here. Now we just have to have a custom line made from here to here, because all of the ones that the kit came with require a fitting and then a line, and it doesn't fit in there. So instead of, I could space the box out, but the factory one fits. So I'm just going to take it down to the House of Hose and get it done. So got the inner fenders and the inner cooler. I got all the inner stuff, inner fenders and inner cooler. We got the steering box mocked up. It's not tight, but had to put another hole down here. This is going to be kind of close. The pressure line is going to be real close, but it's going to fit. Got the return. Master cylinders all rigged and set up, and look at this. Over here, the engine has oil. We put oil in it. Some information. We still need to get that EGT probe, accelerator cables, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to use the one that's in or not, so I'm leaving that up there. So we crossed off items on our list here. We've got pedals, the brake and the clutch pedal. You see the trailer brake control there is hanging. I got your trailer brake control hanging. I do. It's right there hanging. So I got to get that. The bracket is interfering with the clutch pedal, so I'm gonna have to move that. We got the carpet down, as you can see. Got the shifters in. Man, we really made some progress. And it's all little stuff, nothing major. So now I'm gonna fit these on, and you can see there's some drama. I got new hood hinges because they're broken, but look at this. When they sell one of these, I gotta call them old boys up over there at IH Parts of America. Man, those guys are the shit. So she's gonna be adorned with cream fenders. So this is the front balance that I got. It was dented out pretty good. I kind of went at it with a hammer and a sandbag to get it somewhat straight. It still needs a bunch more work, but this is one of those things, when I do it, I'll pick at it. I'll do a little bit here. You can see I got, that's looking pretty beat up here, where I pushed it out, but that was all dented in. It was all twisted and dented in. I think I got it pretty straight. So what I'll do now is I'll get the inner fenders on, pop the radiator in there. Check out these badass radiator hoses. I don't know if you've seen them or not, but I got blue, because chicks dig blue radiator hose. I got to change this belt, put my HD belt on there, get my radiator fit and my intercooler fit and kind of mocked up, then slap my inner fenders on and my radiator support. This thing's going to be completely reworked. I'm not too sure exactly what's going to happen to it, but something's going to happen to it. It ain't going to be like it is now. It's going to be different. So I got some sheet metal and I'll figure something out. I always do. So that's what we got there. Boom. That's our update. Thanks for coming along on my wild ride. I know my videos don't make sense. I don't show me doing a whole lot of stuff. I'm still learning how to video and do stuff like that. And while I'm learning to do some of this stuff, because I ain't never done a booster, a hydro booster. And I ain't never done a hydraulic clutch. So there's some magic that happened on the pedals to get that hydraulic clutch in there. That was fun. My back's sore from hunkering in there. Anyways, that's all I got for now. Stay tuned for the rest of the damage or destruction or whatever.